Wait, did that not work? Oh, there we go. That was weird. Hello, everybody. We're here. Boom. Time for the big stream. So, to give some context, might need to do a volume check. Can you say something, Lobo?
Something, 1, 2, 3, something, something. Hello,
Okay.
testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yep, I'll turn my volume down a little bit. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim on my own. We originally started this game by like playing through it together on stream, but eventually I just kind of gave up and played on my own. Sorry, Lobo.
It's fine. This game is a lot, and it would have been like years for us to get through it if we played it on stream.
Yeah, but now I'm about 70% through the game, and I feel like I've figured it out. And I wanted to do this stream to kind of like touch base with Lobo and see if I can explain as much of the game as possible, and see how we go with that.
You're just warming up your explaining skills for 2 hours.
Yeah, sure. So where should I start? No, we want to go analysis. I just want to explain that I'm actually playing on PlayStation Remote Play right now because I just could not be bothered moving my PlayStation into the room.
I have the perfect place to start.
What?
What the fuck is up with the talking cat?
The talking cat is Jiro Izumi. That's my theory, anyway. And who is also known as Prisoner 426. Basically, what's going on there is... it's going to be easy if I explain this all from the start. So maybe
I don't want it easy. I want the talking cat knowledge. That's what I need.
Yeah, so I'm still trying to figure out what the talking cat is trying to do, but I think he might be a good guy, or at least he thinks he's a good guy. He seems to be ordering Megami to shoot everybody with the gun to inject nanomachines into them to make them able to pilot the Sentinels. He's basically force-turning them into Sentinel pilots.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Sorry, the game is like really loud in my ear. I might need to adjust.
He's being Cube.
Yeah.
He's turning them into magical.
He's turning them into magical pilots. Yeah. Sorry. This audio is really distracting in my ear. What is that?
Also, there's a green line that you have not cropped out slightly on the left.
Oh. Oh, yeah, there is. Shit. Thank you for noticing that.
Yep, no worries.
So I'll turn up the desktop audio a bit. Yep, that should be... maybe around there should be good. So yeah, he's turning them into magical girls. I believe he wants to break free from the cycle.
By winning, I hope.
Yeah, I think that's what he wants. Because that's the kind of the thing with this game, is there's lots of different players and they all seem to have different motives in what's going on. And I'm still trying to finalize exactly what all the motives are. Did you have any other like big questions you want me to answer? Maybe I should turn you up. Hello?
I mean, I can turn me up too. Turn me back down. I can just change my microphone gain.
All right, turn up.
Okay, how am I now?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. So, questions.
Depending on how much you remember.
Yeah, maybe it's better if I like go over what I thought things were, and you tell me how much of that is what it is.
Sure.
So, in the distant future, humans created machines that could, nanomachine type things that could learn, and they went out of control and started attacking humanity. And then we tried to time travel to defeat them, but they also gained time travel. So we've been traveling back and forth in time, further and further, fighting each other across time.
So
is that about right?
That is not right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's aliens that's more interesting, but I don't think it is yet.
So like, yeah. What if I told you that there's no time travel in this game?
It's all a simulation?
Kind of. Like, basically, You're right about the whole
He always
like
said that,
machines were
the hard
developed. Machines were developed for like colonization, and they went out of control. I believe the reason they went out of control is because of Ryoko Shinonome. One of the scenes I found in the game was a scene of, in the distant past, an adult version of her was confessing that, yeah, she's basically confessing to it. She's like, humanity doesn't deserve to survive, so I've reprogrammed these robots to kill humanity. It's like, well, fuck. And so what's going on is we had this here is the very start of the timeline, this transmission where Miura and Natsuno Minami are talking about the colonization project. They don't say exactly what they're like colonizing or where, but I think it might be Mars, because there's been a lot of talk about Mars colonization in the game.
Okay.
This is 2187 in our timeline. And they explain that they have these machines that are very good at self-replicating. They can just kind of like keep building and building forever. And that raises some ethical concerns, but we haven't really delved into that too much yet. But the idea is they're building this big facility that's split into sectors. And that goes from sector 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, I think is all of them. And what you may remember or may not remember is those are also the names for the different time periods. So if I go to my notes, so maybe I can just look at stuff here. So like 2104 is sector 1 or sector 0. I get sector 1 and sector 0 a bit mixed up, so I'm a little bit confused on that point. But then like 2089, so that's sector 0. 2104, sorry, where's my notes? Need to bring that up. 13 Sentinels. Okay. So sector 5 is 1945. Sector 4 is 1985, Sector 3 is 2025, Sector 2 is 2065, Sector 1 is 2105. And Sector 0 is also 2105, so I'm a little bit confused about that. There's something special about Sector 0, and we'll go into that in a bit. But, like, so this is, like, before when this facility is still being constructed. What they've basically done is they're recreating these different periods of human history in this colony. But
in the Matrix.
It's not the Matrix. It's all physical. It's physically there, but the thing is,
Star Trek.
The thing is, they're not actually creating the entire planet. They're only creating that one city. It's specifically a 30 kilometer radius for each sector.
Okay.
And we actually got a scene later in the game where like Shu Amiguchi goes for a ride on his motorcycle and he just reaches the city limits and there's just nothing there. Like, it's just like empty like machinery as far as the eye can see. And apparently if you go high enough into the sky, like you just go into outer space. Like really quickly. Like a couple of kilometers up.
Okay. I was gonna be like, that's how space normally.
Yeah, like no, it's like very, very close.
just jump a little.
Yeah.
So that's interesting because now it's making me wonder, because you might have all the answers. I just want to keep guessing stuff as you explain this, if that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's go back and forth.
So now you're having me think it like, are the invading not aliens, not robots? Are they computer viruses?
Yeah,
that are causing, manifesting, using the technology to make stuff real.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, We know that Ryoko Shinonome confessed to fucking everything up, basically. She's like... I guess I need to explain a little bit more. There seems to be some sort of time loop going on, but it's like not an actual time loop. It's what they'll do is like, they'll do a hard reset of the system. And it's making me think that like most of these people like might not even be real. I think there's a mix of like android technology and also cloning happening. They talk about Project Ark, which is this thing how they're like, you know, terraforming to like restart humanity. And I think the idea is that they actually just bring the DNA of humankind to it, so they can just like create new human bodies, and like they have this technology to like transfer memories between bodies using, you know, nanomachines. And there's also androids. So there's like two different kinds of technology going on there, and I'm still trying to figure out how they intersect. But basically, they're at the level of technology where they can just rewrite an entire city. And so that's kind of what they do. What I found is that the game is...
Because I remember at the very beginning of the game, there was the scene where like the jokey guy was just talking to like one of the girls, and then suddenly a giant robot appears, and he's like, "Well, shit, guess we gotta undo this," and then whoosh, everything goes white, right?
Don't remember that scene. I'm not sure entirely.
It's like one of the very first scenes. That's actually the first time the giant robot shows up, I think.
But yeah, either way, there are definitely resets. And so, like, if we follow the timeline, this thing is all entirely chronological, I figured out. So it started 1987, 88, and then, like, the first scene we really have inside this...
We determined that while we were playing before.
Yeah. Well, we didn't determine that it was, like, really chronological, because we thought there was time travel bullshit.
I mean, there kind of is if you have timelines.
It's not, though.
I mean, it's relative time travel.
It's not even time travel.
No, but no, but what I'm saying, it's relative, is what I'm saying. So, like, this is complicated, but like, it's time travel, but not through time from the chronology of events. It's time travel through events themselves and between them.
Yeah, but from whose perspective?
We have so many different perspectives.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. There's only one timeline, and this is the one right here. So, like, the first thing we see is this dream that Iori Fuyasaka had going into, like, the mainframe, like the UFO onto the city. Which, as it turns out, isn't a UFO. It's just literally what the city is built on top of. And basically the world is ending, and they're like, oh, we got to use this time machine to escape to the past. But what it's actually doing is it's sending them to Sector 0, which is 2089. And there's something special about Sector 0. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I believe the way they've, like, hinted at it is the idea that you don't get physically sent to Sector 0, only your data is. So basically all the memories from the people in this sector... Which sector is that? That's Sector 1.
Okay, so...
gets transplanted into new bodies in Sector 0, and the whole system is restarted. And what we find is that this is actually running on a 16-year cycle. Every 16 years, humanity is wiped out, and they reset back to the start.
Okay.
And that happens for all sectors simultaneously.
With that in mind, what was the deal with Guy who was waiting for the train and everything kept ending regardless of what he did?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how far I got through that with you. But the idea there was basically he was trapped in a simulation. That was...
No, I remember that.
Tsukasa Okino was, like, hacking into his brain to, like, try and get information. Okino is really interesting because, like, he seems to be a wild card that's, like, really hell-bent on figuring out what the fuck is really going on. And he keeps getting really close to the truth and then keeps getting his memories fucked with. So it's like, he's, like, so close to figuring everything out at any given moment. He's, like, the smartest one, I think.
Is he one of the playable characters?
No, he's the cross-dressing one.
I forgot which one that is.
Maybe it'll say in here. There he is. This guy.
I don't remember. To be honest, the character designs are not, like, insanely memorable.
No, that's fair. That's very Christian enemy as an adult. And so, from what I can tell...
I think that's a story benefit, though, because then all the characters are, like, they stand out by their personality, but also none of them overpower each other. So they're all their own protagonists.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. So, from what I can tell, there's been 3 loops. The first loop we barely saw. We just saw the end of it. Then they go back to Sector 0, and then it skips right ahead to pretty much the end of this loop, where Jiro Karabe, or it was Jiro Izumi at the time, was fighting alongside Iori Fuyusaka. Basically, they got sent back in time, believing they're the only ones that were sent back in time, and they're like, we need to stop the machines from taking over the world. So they destroyed some facilities, but it ultimately didn't stop anything, and the tragedy happened again. And there's something in here where Jiro Izumi kind of goes rogue, and I'm still trying to figure out what exactly it was, but everyone kind of turns against Jiro Izumi. I think Jiro Izumi killed lots of people for some reason. So that's interesting.
Right, but it makes you wonder. So, like, let's assuming this is all a simulation thing. Like, let's continue along that thought process. So, are people themselves simulations or clones? Because that's an important distinction to make, right?
Yeah, I think there's like a difference between like the main characters and NPCs. Like, I think
so, because time travel is what I would probably assume it is at this is a full delete reset except the people involved.
Yeah, right? Like, well, basically,
time, you are causing a reset and protecting yourselves from the reset.
Basically, they're like, the machines are just coming in, they're rebuilding the city back to how it was at the start, and everybody dies. But if you are lucky enough to use the program to travel back to Sector Zero, then your memories will be preserved in the next cycle. That's how it works.
Ah, and that's what the 13 Sentinels are, the 13 main characters that have all done that and are now piloting robots to defeat the enemies.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, because like, now I'm like second guessing myself a bit with how the memories transfer over. At the very least, let's go through this in order so I can like kind of like pan this out. So Jiro and so there's Tsukasa Okino and Iori and Jiro, I think, at the end of this one. And Tsukasa Okino isn't able to make it through the transporter. He has to send them to alone. And so Iori and Jiro are the only ones that really retain memories. They go to try to stop the apocalypse. It fails. And some other people get involved in the plan. Like they.
Oh wait, you know what Sector Zero probably is? Sector Zero is probably. So you said it had the same timeline as some like. Sector Zero and Sector whatever were in the same time?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Sector Zero is the one where they're piloting the robots, is my guess.
Or maybe it's just something simple like Sector 0 and 1 are the same sector, but it's just like... Or maybe... I don't know.
I don't know. I think the significance I think is they're fighting the stuff there. Like the combat part of the game is happening in Sector 0 is my guess.
Well, that's not true. The combat happens in a different sector. I think it's was it 1985? I think it was 1985. Sector 4 is where the combat happens. But generally speaking, combat happens in every sector. Every sector gets taken over by the robots and destroyed eventually. But the ones we actually play is the most recent part of the timeline. It's in 1985. So yeah, Jiro ends up making some allies, and well, that's in 2104. God, this game is fucking confusing at times. But like, what I really need to pay attention to is they're all going in 40-year cycles. So you need to look at the last year. Like the in the 2104, the 4 is what's relevant here, because then we skip to 2025, sorry, which means it's been like a year after this last scene, because they're all happening simultaneously. It's a bit hard to get your head around, but like,
they're all happening simultaneously?
They're all sectors are occurring simultaneously, and you could travel between them using the gates, which are what we thought was time travel, but it's actually just traveling between the different sectors. So like, so in this timeline, 2025 has already been destroyed by the robots. 2065 has already been destroyed by the robots. 1985 has also been destroyed by the robots. And then they start again. They go back to Sector 0, which is 2089 in the Sumeri Bridge. That's like the restart point. And then we have like a few years later, Chihiro Morimura, or Iori, whatever her name is, confronts this boy, and he's like, in 8 years, you're gonna bring the Sentinels down, or like bring the Demos forward, because like there's some plot where like there's this code that's being transmitted from the pilots that makes the robots come, and apparently the one who's transmitting that code seems to change every now and then. In the present timeline, it's Natsuno Minami's the one that's emitting the code. But I guess at this point, it was Nenji Ogata, or at least it was in the last loop, and Chihiro is pursuing
So
that.
where does it say what sector it is?
It doesn't. You just kind of need to fill that in yourself. I'm hoping when the game is finished, it's literally going to say like Sector 3 or 4 or whatever. 1976, this one would be Sector 4. Yeah, that's right. So early in Sector 4, which is like the kind of like the main. I'd say Sector 4 is the main one, the one we spend the most time in.
I'm getting this now. I get it. So now the you saying it's in chronological order makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's like it actually is in chronological order, because the times that are listed are not the actual times, because
yeah.
So this is
there's no time travel.
Yeah, there isn't, but it's here's the silly thing. This is Haruhi Suzumiya time travel.
What?
So the way Mikuru explains time travel is that there are multiple different time planes running concurrently, and time travel is being able to move from one time plane to another. But the time travel to those other planes doesn't necessarily affect planes further up, although that one is probably a lie. I say that because Mikuru, adult Mikuru Asahina, is actually very untrustworthy. She's probably like the main villain of the series, maybe. Spoilers.
But yeah, like if we like really like go back, I'm sure you can create an actual like timeline if you have the exact years. So like 2187, 2188, that's a real time. And so like if you jump forward to wherever this was, 2104, that's only going to be like 16 years later. So I want to say something like 21 9 oh I'm so bad at maths. What the fuck is 16 plus 2188? $22.04. There we go. So this is probably 2204. That's probably 2205, 2205, and then whatever numbers. But like, and it is like a big question mark. It could be, and there's even been hints at this, that maybe this isn't just 3 loops. Maybe this isn't just 100 years. Maybe this has been going for thousands of years. Maybe this is just like a perpetual cycle that's been going for ages and ages and ages, and like it's just humanity.
Yeah, those question marks that need to be filled in is like actually like thousands of years of time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it very well could be, and that's interesting if true. And then the question is like, maybe some people are aware of that, and maybe they want to like break the cycle. They realize, oh, we're just trapped in a meaningless cycle of life and death. And
that's what Kurabe, the one that murders everyone.
Yeah. I think he might be trying to break the cycle. And like, but then there's like some characters that want to keep the cycle going, whether they realize everything going on or not. Yeah, it's really interesting. One of the things that's come up recently is Project Aegis, which is what Chihiro, the nurse, the lady Iori, she's like in like multiple different bodies. It's weird, but like her thing is like she wants to end the loop, and she believes that if she does so, she might be able to stop the Demos. So I don't even know if she knows everything yet, but she wants to close the loop, and there are many characters that are trying to stop her. So it's like lots of conflicting motivations, and it's kind of really sad when you start breaking all this down. Like all these people, like they're not even like naturally occurring humans. Like they're probably just clones that just keep getting recreated and stuck in this endless cycle of 16 years, and everything keeps getting destroyed. It's fucking depressing to think about. I don't know how you could have a happy ending for this story.
I mean, stories that I thought wouldn't have a happy ending did.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, you've played all the Danganronpa games, right?
Yeah,
I don't want to spoil which one is a happier ending than most of them, but one of them does have a happier ending than most of them, and it's the one that's my favorite.
I wonder which one you're talking about. Maybe two? Maybe, probably two.
I was trying to not spoil. Yes, it's two,
Okay.
but I'm trying not to spill Danganronpa at a random stream.
It's all ambiguous anyway. It's objective.
No, wait. Oh, wait. Have you not watched the anime?
Yeah, I watch the anime.
Like Danganronpa 3 anime?
Yeah,
Really? And you want?
like
I don't think you can say it. I
all
mean,
right,
like
all
I
right, all
guess
right.
in
Let's
the
just jump.
game
Let's just jump the topic.
okay. Yeah.
Anyway, and so where were we? So like that's the beginning of the third loop, and this is like where most of the timeline is taking place, I think. So we see here 2064. So this is Sector 2 is already being destroyed by the robots. That's the first one to go. Um, and 2104, I think. I don't really know. Like, I guess there's an apocalypse going on there, but it seems like most of the scenes in Sector 1 or Sector 0, whichever one it is, it seems to be
You know,
underground. So, like, they're like, seem to be in hiding for most of that one.
it might be easier to work from the final thing that we know than the first, just because of how weird the chronology is. Because at least everything has come to a point later where everything right now is a mishmash of what the fuck is going on.
Well, bear with me.
Mhm.
2025 is Sector 3, so that's Megumi, the one she came from. That's her civilization's already been destroyed. 1985 is the present. That's where the bulk of the story takes place. Sector 4. Sometimes we jump back to these destroyed cities, like you'll have scenes where like characters just travel there for whatever reason. Sometimes characters have ominous conversations in these ruined cities, just where no one else can hear them. Renya Goto is very interesting. He's like the leader of the group, but he's also like kind of like he always seems to be in control, and
He's sus.
he's a bit sus. I don't know, like he only comes in the third loop. Like he's not present before any of the other loops, and he always seems to know what's going on. But and also she actually becomes unlockable as a protagonist, but very late. And I only got like one scene of him so far. The rest of his scenes, I basically need to do everybody else first. So like he's going to be very interesting. He's still a bit of an enigma at the moment, but he definitely got a lot of story we haven't heard yet.
He's either the key to everything or the final boss.
I think he might be representative of the system itself or something like that. Like he might just be part of the demos. That's my current headcanon. I don't really have anything to substantiate that, but that's a thought I'm having at the moment. So what else can we talk about? That's it. Like you'll see, like they're all 1985, 2025, 1985, 2065, 1945. All of it happens. Like most of the story happens in this 1 year, and you're just jumping between the different time periods, which are the different sectors. Yeah.
Oh, so what you're saying is like, let's say that there was, if there was a 19, or so if there's like a 2026, then it would be 1986.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I was really bad at explaining that bit.
No. I understood it. I was just voicing it because it's like, so that means you have to keep in mind what the 5 different time zones are, and when you see one of them change, they've all changed.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So when you see a year jump, it's like, oh, we're in the next year now. But like that 5 is like present on all the timelines now. Like it just doesn't change. Can keep going. 1985, 1985, 555.
Oh, there's a 205. Wait, that was actually what was that one? It was 2000 something 5. Was it 2105?
Yeah, 2105. There you go.
Oh, okay.
That was Yoko Shiranome travels to that sector to get more information about something. because she's one of the time travelers, quote unquote time travelers. So those are basically the people that are just aware of the gates and can travel between them at will. 1985, 1985. So there's still a lot of stuff here, which is like going to be the finale, I think, because this here is the start of the combat. Oh my god, a blanket.
I'll just no. I got this.
Oh my god.
Cozy story time. And just a sec.
Time to get comfy.
Oh.
So I've been putting off a lot of the battling.
Is it necessary?
It's not really. I mean, like, there are some story parts that are locked behind battle progress, but it's not that many. And like, I've just basically been trying to do all the story I can until I get locked out, just to like see how the game kind of gates progression like that. I've almost done everything now. I actually finished Iori Fuyusaka's story. And it ends with her getting in the robot. I think all the stories are going to end with them getting in the robot and like why they're getting in the robot.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but there's something interesting about Iori Fuyusaka. She has like multiple clones in like one timeline going on. So there's Iori the teenager, there's Chihiro the adult, and there's also Chihiro the toddler, and there seems to be some stuff going on where
she's her own granny? Question mark? Or was that
no, it's just
my misunderstanding?
Just the same person, clones, and like I think what's kind of been going on for a lot of these teenagers is, their older selves are trying to hack into their brains to regain their youth, basically. And it definitely Chihiro admits to this. She was saying I was hacking into Iori's brain by giving her my memories, so like she'd become me. But she changed her mind for some reason, which is interesting. Maybe she realized Iori was her own person and decided it would be immoral or something like that. And there's also the toddler Chihiro, which is like I don't fully know what's going on with her yet. Where is she? There she is. She's a clone. Upon birth, her original memories were sealed by Morimura, and she lived a normal life as Miura's little sister. However, once Redigoto saw Morimura's experiment log from March 2nd, 2100, he abducted her from the Miura house and awakened Morimura's sealed memories. Okay, so like, she's got some of the old Chihiro Morimura's memories in her now, which is I don't know why we need multiple Chihiros. It's a bit. This game's fucking crazy.
What does it say about Fluffy?
What does it say about?
You gotta go back to the couch.
Though he looks like the cutscene around Sakura High, they're completely different animals. Only Yakushuji is able to see him. Yeah,
there are two cats.
That's really confusing me. I'm still not sure why only she can see him. I thought for sure he was an android. Like, so basically what's going on is there's this Juro Kurabe or Juro Izumi. Something happened with this guy. It doesn't show me. That's interesting. But basically, like, he was like trying to work with Chihiro to stop the Sentinels. They destroyed some facilities. It didn't work, and they, I guess, got sent back in time again. But he went rogue. I don't know what exactly happened. I think he joined forces with Ei Sekigahara, and they might be trying to close the loop or something like that, or they might be trying to break free of the system. But either way, they've like ended up killing a lot of people, and everyone's like out for them. They become a criminal, and eventually their consciousness is captured by Shu Amiguchi or fucking Tetsuya Ida, whatever his name is, and they start interrogating his consciousness in this android. And eventually, he actually breaks free. He ends up stealing Tomi's android body by transferring his consciousness, and then pulls a gun on Asa Kigahara and gets sent back to 1980, well, Sector 4, I think it was. And that's where we kind of get into that point where you may remember that Natsuno is being hunted by the android of Tomi. And that's because that was Juro Izumi. He was trying to get to Natsuno because Natsuno has the key that is bringing the Daimos out, and he wanted control over her. And after that, he ends up swapping bodies again to another person, and that person ends up falling in a river after they were confronted. And then immediately after that in the timeline, Fluffy appears. So I think Fluffy is the same character. It could be a red herring.
Fluffy is definitely evil then, right?
Well, I just don't know if they're evil or not. I still can't tell if their intentions are bad or not.
Him talk, he is evil.
They are killing
It's the
people.
most evil talking character in the entire thing.
I mean, they're definitely.
You disagree?
They're definitely not like innocent. They're definitely a terrorist.
I'm saying that Kyubey is nicer than he is.
But that's
Kyubey at least was like, look, if I told you this, you'd be upset. This cat is like, I'm gonna tell you this, I'm gonna make you upset.
oh yeah, by the way, Kyuta isn't real. I thought that was really funny. You know, Jiro's friend, the guy he's always hanging out with and like watching videos and playing games together. He's not real.
I figured it's because that, like I said, he was the one who's watched robots show up and then say, well, we got to reset.
I don't remember that scene. That's so weird.
It's really, I mean, you could replay it. It should be replayable. It's in there.
I might have to look for it. But yeah, the idea was like, Kyuta Shiba is also Juro Izumi. Basically, he is infecting Juro Kurabe, the new Juro Kurabe's mind with memories. And the way he does this is in the form of little VCRs. So, like, every time he sees a movie about the Demos or whatever, or the UFOs, that's actually him replaying the memories of the old Juro Izumi. Which I thought was a really cool twist. I liked that a lot. And
this whole thing is a cool twist.
And that kind of comes up in the conversation where everyone's like, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, you always talk to yourself, Juro. It's like, oh shit. And like, you could have figured that out before that. Like, because there are many scenes where like you're watching Juro Kurabe.
Right, where the guy probably is like, oh man, people always ignoring me.
Yeah. He's always saying stuff like that. And like, you have scenes from other characters' perspectives where Juro and Kyuta were there, but Kyuta isn't there. So, yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, that would have been able to figure out That's really interesting. Then.
Yeah, that was a great twist. I loved that. I wish I figured it out.
But then how did that scene we need to go back to that scene that I keep talking about, because that scene is very interesting in that context.
God. Might be somewhere in here.
It would have been a dead end, right?
Yeah.
Prologue end, maybe. It might have been the prologue end. I'm not 100%.
Walking home from school, a giant robot appears.
Yep. That's it.
How do we get to that? So be outside. Alright.
Well, the beginning.
Well, that's the one where he witnesses Iori getting the robot.
Yeah, but I just like that the beginning is near the end.
Yeah. That's it. It's the beginning of the end. And that is literally the first scene in the game too. It's great. I don't know.
It would have probably been I mean, I guess I have no idea where it would fit in the chronology because nothing
Yeah.
makes sense in the chronology. It could be at the very end because it could be a reset, which would mean it's actually. Yeah. This might be it.
Video stores closed. By the looks of it, I don't think it'll be reopening anytime soon. The windows were completely shattered. It must have been part of that big gas explosion.
I can't hear it.
I saw that on.
You can't hear it.
Yeah.
Is it just really quiet, or?
Nope, zero audio.
Oh, that sucks. Hold on. Might have to screen share the other thing for you.
Okay.
How's that?
That was our video store? There was a gas leak in the shopping district. The explosion damaged. I heard about it on the 7 a.m. news.
Yeah, that explosion would be when a robot appeared.
So what do? Just go home disappointed? You don't have much of a choice. Oh, Mira-kun.
Here we go. Just like completely ignoring Kyuta.
What are you doing here? I followed you after school. Is something wrong? Tell me the truth, please. You don't need to play innocent.
I think this is where they kind of reveal it.
Sentinel pilot. How did you activate it? Sentinel? Are you telling me you've forgotten? It just happened the other day.
Yeah.
You mean the gas explosion? I heard about it, but that wasn't a gas explosion. It was you. You transmitted your Sentinel right over there. Transmitted?
You talking about movies? I think I saw that one.
Oh, yeah. Now that you mention it, that did happen in one of the tapes you let me borrow. Jiro-kun.
See?
Yeah, this was. Oh.
This is one of my classmates.
Okay, well, this isn't that. It.
His name is
Or
Kyuta
wait.
Shiba. Where is he? What? Shiba-kun?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So.
It's just.
Yeah, this is definitely later in the game.
Come on,
Yeah.
Mira-kun. Wait. I think this has happened before.
Okay.
But yeah, so that explains the thingy to me, but that is not the scene I am talking about.
Yeah. Juriko discovers that nobody else can see Kyuta Shiba. Kyuta Shiba reveals his identity to him. There's also another scene where, like, Megumi shoots someone, and Juro sees, and he's like, "Oh my god, what have you done?" And then, like, then Fluffy just comes in, and it's just like, "What the fuck? You let yourself get seen?" And he's just like, "All right, just go away. I'm just gonna erase his memories." So it really makes me think that Fluffy and Cuba and all that are like the same entity. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Jiro Izumi. But what does Jiro Izumi want? Is the question.
Maybe the beginning might be the right scene actually.
I don't think it is, but I'll bring it up for you.
I repeat, we interrupt this program to bring you an important emergency broadcast. A large unidentified object has crash landed in the city. It is
Yeah, I'm not sure this is it, but we'll see.
everything in its path. A state of emergency has been declared in Ashitaba City. The neighboring 3 wards are advised to evacuate immediately. Please defer to the police for further instructions. Be advised that the express lanes are currently out of service. Roads are expected to face heavy congestion. Proceed with caution.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
Yeah, it's good animation. But this is definitely not the scene.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah,
It's really
especially if that was it. Yeah, no, that's
just
not
as
it.
you said. A kaiju attacked, like in that movie. So we'll do what we have to do. Get in the robots and fight. Our fate was sealed a long
It
time
is the
ago.
robot Shinji.
I feel like maybe the idea is like the cat Fluffy Juro Izumi is trying to get more people than ever before in the robots, and like maybe this time they'll have a
There's
fighting chance or
enough of
something.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because that's what.
But that scene definitely wasn't the scene.
Yeah, I have no recollection of the scene you're talking about, so I don't even know if it exists.
What do you mean if it exists? Like, it's literally the prologue. It's like, it's the first time you see the robot show up, and then the invisible friend is like, well, you weren't supposed to see that. Guess we gotta restart. What? And then what? Boom, restart.
I don't remember that. Weird. But yeah, I don't know. I wonder if maybe I should just get to playing some of the game now. Is there anything else I haven't talked about yet? Well, we don't know where what's her face is. Natsuno. Natsuno.
That's best girl.
Yeah, best girl.
Okay.
She meets.
Just double checking.
Yeah, she meets You're for soccer at the. Yeah, she's kind of like gone off the grid a bit. There was that scene in 2065 where she realizes that BJ isn't an alien, that she's actually a robot, and that they're all artificial, basically.
They're all.
Yeah, that was an interesting scene.
Oh.
Where BJ was just like, "So this is just a theory, but I think you're all clones." And she's like, "Oh shit." It's like, wait, no, but that was a twist. Like, I'm not an alien, you're the alien. It's like, what?
Yeah, that's.
It's a pretty good twist, actually.
But I also think that maybe it's just like BJ saying things in the wrong way and not Snow taking it in the way that she would obviously take it.
Well, yeah, she didn't take it well, and that's kind of the last scene where we really have a good idea of where she is. And apparently, she's in. What is this scene? I need to.
Well, she's piloting a giant robot, technically.
Well, yeah, we
right?
see her piloting a giant robot eventually, but like we have this whole thing where Wait, was that her just then? Wait, sorry, I skipped that. Was that her? What's going on?
It should be her if.
Sounds like
Yep, there it is. Alright, so she still exists.
I need to drop by the track room first.
Yeah.
And where is this in the timeline? So, what's this one called? Counting on the student ID. So, if we go to the main one. Counting on a student ID. Is this before or after Yuki was looking for a... I think it's after. Well, anyway, she's been busy. She's been up to something. And I'm still missing a big portion of her story, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Why don't we have a look at all the characters and see if there's anything that comes to mind. So Keita and Miura. Takatashi Ujiyama. Big glasses there.
I gotta find the right glasses.
Alright, fuck it. I'm just gonna play some of the game. May as well. Hey, it's Kita.
Hey, Juro. Let's go home.
No. You're not my friend. Also, like, the reality of the situation really makes all those scenes, like, do you remember there was, like, those long scenes where you just, like, watch the girls just eating food over and over? Like, shit like that, like, rewatching those scenes just makes me, like, really sad now. Like, it's just like, oh my god, like, this is, like, all they have. Just... I don't,
They're just trying to live their lives.
it's very existential, and I don't know if it's sweet or sad. But it makes me like appreciate those scenes a lot more now because like, oh, this is maybe the point of this entire world is just to let people have a normal daily life for a little while before resetting everything. I don't know. Why this is all happening is still a big question mark.
Knock it off.
I think we just defeat the evil giant robots and we win.
Anyone who can
Yeah, it's simple.
Yeah, simple. The story is simple.
tell me the truth. This isn't about my lost memories, is it? You're not trying to restore them. You're giving me someone else's.
What are you talking about? They're Juro's memories.
In other words, yours, the other Juro Izumi.
You know, this one's 3 times older than you.
That's an interesting thing to say.
What exactly are you?
48Q, QTA, CBA. I already told you, I'm an artificial personality.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
Then why don't you watch this video and relax?
I'm not watching it.
See ya. Bye.
You know, we can't have you causing a scene here.
So what do I need to do?
Your memory needs to be wiped clean. Let me try one more time.
Buddy, please, don't do it.
It's about Kisaragi-san.
Usami-chan?
Where does she always go?
Why do you ask?
Ogata-kun was looking for her.
Oh, really? Maybe Nenji-kun likes her.
So, do you know?
She goes to Tokisaka Shrine. I think she's waiting for someone there.
Tokisaka Shrine. Is that the one that's supposedly haunted?
I didn't know it was haunted.
Been there, but something happened there. I can't remember.
Oh, wait!
You can't run from me.
Leave me alone.
Whoa! Whoa! That was a fucking hard cut. Wow! I've never seen that before. Like usually, like that's like a.
Doesn't that mean that we can run from him because we did in the other routes?
Oh my god, that's really funny. Like most every other like end chapter, like do a slow fade to black. That's just a fucking hard cut. Wow. All right, fair enough. Understandable.
Actually, there's an interesting thing that I can talk about in regards to that. So, the reason that visual novels don't do hard cuts is mainly because it's taking away agency from the player, and visual novels are supposed to be you are the one advancing the story.
Yeah.
He called himself
So
Tsukasa
doing
Okino.
something like that is actually frowned on by people who make visual novels, if I understand it correctly. And the reason I know this is because of a specific scene in Doki Doki Literature Club where there's a flash cut to something. And when Dan Salvato was trying to talk to Renpai programmers about, hey, how can I get this flash cut to happen? They were like, don't do that. That's not how visual novels are. You can't make it play on its own
Yeah.
without the player's intervention.
Yeah. Well, obviously, he was trying to make more of a horror game than a traditional visual novel. But yeah,
Mhm.
that was
I feel
good.
like we've met somewhere, but
Hey, Juro, let's go home.
Let's not.
Let's not say we did.
Shiba. So, I tried in my dream to the you know
What is it?
like if the
This one?
Kuyusaka-san and I were the only ones who made it. We escaped to Sumire Bridge 16 years into the past. These must be Shiba-kun's memories, or rather, the other Juro Izumi's. They say the shrine by our school is haunted by ghosts. Kisaragi-san's told me a bit about it. She seems interested in the shrine for some reason.
Alright, how's this work? Need to get in the hallway.
What? What?
No. I... What?
I'll... Let me try
I
one
guess
more
it's
time.
about that time.
Escape. Get up.
Let me out! I'm back.
Ah.
Whoa.
Hey, watch it.
So now I've got a bunch of different choices.
So don't go to the nurse's office.
Yeah.
She's like, are you looking for some? Yo, Karabe, sure am. Got a clue where she went?
It still is confusing that they have it like a flowchart when everything is meant to be like hard chronological. It's
Well, maybe that's one of the final tricks that they have for us, right?
yeah. Like maybe this is looping more than we thought, but I don't know if that's true. But I prefer to think of it like the way I think of this at the moment is like it's presented like it's a branching timelines thing, but it's actually just different days.
All of this has happened.
Well, no, it's just like different days, like that happen to play out in very similar ways. I think that's kind of a running theme in this game. That like this game is all about like cycles and stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like this is like everything. Words. Every outcome here has happened because of resets.
No, I don't think that's true.
Every path.
I think
You don't.
No.
That's what everything is resetting way more times than we think it is. That would be this outcome, wouldn't it?
But if we looked at the timeline, it's pretty clear that like all of this has been happening in the span of like 1 year, within like a few weeks even.
Right, but it could be the same time, but like what does a reset do? Like that's the thing that I have to ask is like can you reset sector like one sector to a time further back?
No, you reset all the sectors at once.
Okay.
It just kind of messes with the timeline a bit if we assume that there's loops happening between each of these choices.
I don't know. The way this game is being so meta, I find it hard to believe that all the possible routes don't happen concurrently.
No, I think it's just like different days. Like if you go to like the timeline, like it'll give you the order of like that time you went to the video store, that time you went to the nurse's office or whatever. Yeah. Alright, well.
Hey, I heard she went to. Huh? The heck is she? Wait, there's something.
Take me to the shrine.
Be my guest.
Protect me, hairdo man.
This street. I've been here before. I think I saw something.
Wait, he's the one that gets beaten up all the time, isn't he?
Yeah.
But I can't remember any specifics.
Never mind. He will not protect anyone. Unless it's a giant robot.
It's in.
Okata.
Hey, Hijiyama. You remember all that shit you put me through? Cause I sure as hell do.
I see how it is. You came looking for another black eye.
Try it. See what happens.
Hey guys.
And just walks away.
Okata-kun, aren't we here to look for Kisaragi-san? Yeah, okay, fine. Don't have time for this.
What?
Sorry to disappoint. We'll dance some other time.
And that's your decision to make, huh?
The hell are you doing here anyways?
I'm looking for Okino.
What happened to him?
Hello?
This is just what I heard from Sawatari-san, but according to her, Kisaragi-san's been going out to meet some guy lately. She what? Just the two of them? So this Okino you're looking for, is that Tsukasa Okino?
What? You know him?
Not exactly. That's just the name I heard in my dream, but it's probably the same person. So that's who Kisaragi ran off with. Got a feeling I know where they went too.
What? How?
She mentioned something about it.
By the way, do you know how to work this time travel business?
Oh. You don't know that?
Rip. Okay,
Does Juro know?
Just your know?
Shujinko-kun, activate the time travel.
Oh yeah, I carried something over to the dumpster.
Just a sec.
Okay.
Turned on an extra light because it looked like the face tracking was having difficulties and was stopping
corpse in
randomly.
there? The hell? No way. Cut the crap. Whoa. Is it? Hey, give me a hand. Sure looks like a corpse. But this thing's a robot. It's
Is that
Ah,
the
yeah.
Juro
Yeah,
that became a cat?
yeah, that was
look like
the
her.
one that Juro was in before they became a cat. Yeah,
Kamal Karabe. Wait, what? My grandma?
interesting, interesting.
No. This is...
It's your grandma, but also probably not your grandma.
It's dark out already. Well, that's okay. This was worth the detour. I finally got my hands on that movie.
It's
Now I
kind
just
of
need to get
interesting
home and watch it.
because Sword Art Online goes into something kind of like this
Yeah.
with Alicization.
Hmm.
Based,
Sorry it had
well,
to come to
I'll
this.
wait until there's a
I
good
should
stopping
never
point.
have let you out of the underground.
Just as I thought.
Wait, hold on. I should never let you out of the underground. Yeah. This is definitely Juro Izumi because Eiseki Gakara like helped him escape in
Yeah.
Sector 1.
Earned. If only I hadn't spared you.
I won't let anyone interfere with my escape.
You must think you're handling this situation well, but Yura is well aware.
I doubt it.
I'm confused if they're working together or not. It's like maybe at some point they were.
At school was to hide the lock from you.
Quit stalling. Morimura must have arranged this. What? She's not human. Is this a doll? That's odd. If that's the case, then who was talking to him?
What? Oh,
Yuro Kurabe, don't
interesting.
move a muscle. Or would you like your skull to be crushed? This body will not
Is this where Kyuta comes from?
last long.
Like infecting his brain?
I approximate about 5 minutes, but that should be plenty. I need only enter your
Yeah,
venom
okay.
veins.
Interesting.
I thought I was done for, but it seems today's my lucky day. Hey, what are you doing? Juro.
Yeah, there we
Yep.
go. Okay. Now I'm just wondering if Fluffy is a red herring and actually unrelated. Like, this is so interesting.
Well, Fluffy is probably exactly this kind of setup on somebody else. What if Juro infects the other
Yeah,
person?
Megami.
with that?
Yeah, that's what I think. It has to be someone infected Megami. I thought it was Juro Izumi, but it could be something else.
Well, just checking. Did Juro Izumi disinfect himself? Like, is that what just happened?
Well,
Technically?
yeah, Juro Izumi infected Juro Karabe, yes.
His friend is himself. Just check it.
Yeah, like his past self, but it's weird. Like, what is a person when you get this deep? Like,
Okay, so now that we have a pause point, I want to Sword Art Online. So, what Sword Art Online does in Alicization, which is the world that is entirely artificial with artificial people in it, right? Is the way they worked is technology that can scan people's brains, and what they did was they scanned the brains of 16 babies and then had them raised in different physical bodies, but their mind being the same, and then they were basically raised up into different people as stuff went on. And it's not entirely similar to this. It's just like you can draw parallels.
yeah.
Because it's like, what is it that makes a person?
Yeah.
Because it's like, is it their memories? Is it who they are? Because it's like, in this world, if somebody is like, they think the person that is their grandmother is actually themselves or whatever, like then it's possible both are true, because if the person was cloned and then that the person was cloned to be their grandmother and also cloned to be the granddaughter, they could still be both people.
Yeah.
Just like technically in Alicization, two people who could be the exact same brain technically, but they were just raised different ways and had physical bodies all differing, one being a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
They could also give birth to a clone of themselves as well, technically, because there are only 16 possibilities for the brain that would be selected for any artificial intelligence that would be born into Alicization.
Yeah. Pretty wild shit.
Sword Art Online has good ideas, okay? It's just badly written
Yeah.
in other ways.
Yeah, it's got good ideas. It doesn't make it good.
Come on, man. Did you forget your best buddy? I'm afraid. That's not very nice.
Yeah. Sorry. I remember now. You're Shiba-kun. Wait, hold on. I was attacked. I need to call the police.
Attacked? Maybe you really did go nuts.
Huh?
Are you telling me this doll attacked you? Where'd you get that thing anyway? Don't just leave this thing out in the street. What if it causes a car accident? You'd be in deep shit, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's just dump it in the trash.
Wait. Something's just...
Oh, snap out of it. Come on, I'll help you get rid of the thing. Just pick it up already.
I'll help you, just do the work.
Help me get rid of my own corpse.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that's Karabe locked out. And that just leaves Keitaro, I guess.
Clear skies.
Oh. Well, this is like late in the timeline, is it?
No matter where I am,
Oh no.
at least the sunset is always
That's
the
right.
same.
Keitaro Miura's things, he always has like every scene of his opens up with like a almost like a military report. Like, this is where I am, this is what I'm doing.
That scout unit is an alien from the future. At least that's what Natsuno-san said. The footage he showed us is allegedly from the future. If it's real, then how am I still
Yeah.
alive 200 years from now?
So they saw the footage from like talking in the satellite.
All I know for certain is that it's no ordinary scout unit. She's from 1985. She seems to know about the existence of other Sentinels. Is that how she's able to travel through time? Maybe there's another way. In any case, she appears to be a central figure in all this. Could she still be at school?
What would Nevermind have done there?
Nothing.
No.
Is she gonna talk to the cat? Yep.
Oh,
Megumi-san.
you know where the track
But because we can see that cat, that means
Yes.
that's not the actual
Yeah,
cat.
yeah, that's right.
Right. Have you seen
But she doesn't know
But,
that. Like, she'll just see
Yeah,
the
no,
cat.
she's super paranoid. She's
Yeah.
super paranoid.
It's like she'll see like other people petting the cat and like, oh, look at you, like acting all cute. But like that's the actual cat.
Did you like fucking cat? The cat's just like, yeah.
For dinner tonight, what should I make?
Hamburger. Hamburger.
We could
Hamburger.
have hamburger.
I love that.
Again?
No, that's all right. I'm fine with anything.
Well, let's see.
Hamburger. Oh, that reminds me. You know what I had to eat today?
I
What?
think I want to make some fish for
I had
dinner.
an Impossible Burger.
What's an
Okay,
Impossible
I
Burger?
better run to the store.
That's a burger that is made from entirely vegetable product,
Ah, never heard that term before.
but made to perfectly resemble meat.
Right.
And honestly, I would have it again. I am not a burger eater. I don't like all the stuff that goes on top of the burger. So
Natsuno-san's
I
over there.
ordered it with just like the buns and the burger,
Okay.
and it tasted good.
Wow. Nice. I, on the other hand, am definitely a burger eater.
Well, maybe you should
You
look
again.
at Impossible Burgers once they start costing less, because that's bound to happen once the supplies and stuff actually
Minami isn't
start
here
going.
today. Must
Yeah.
have been really important. She
They,
didn't
they are
push
too expensive though.
practice.
Like the burger was a $10 burger.
Yeah.
Eh,
Minami-san's- How
That's
far have
normal
you
in
two
Australia,
gone?
though.
What?
what?
No.
Yeah, every
you've
burger's
got
about
it
that
all
much.
wrong.
Food in Australia is really expensive.
All she said was
No,
that she was in a hurry.
well then don't eat.
I don't know where she
Yeah,
went.
right.
I know where.
That's crazy.
She went over to Tokisaka Shrine. What's
Wait,
she
what's
doing there?
Riko Shinonome
Not
looking at me
sure.
for?
I didn't ask.
Hey,
She's scared of you.
she hid behind the pole.
Is she still behind it?
Doesn't look like it.
Tokisaka Shrine. That's where I first met her, but it was back in my own era.
Off I go.
She was still there.
Oh, was she? I missed that.
Yes. She came out as soon as you left.
Oh shit.
The
I bet if
shrine's
you
hard
look
to
back,
choose.
she's behind you right now.
Yeah.
She followed you.
Let's go this again. Mami's in here today. She ditched practice. So this is kind of like where she started disappearing, I guess. And Ryoko Shinonome seems to have a very keen interest. So that's very interesting.
Changed at all. The surrounding thicket, on the other hand, that has changed considerably. I don't see Natsume.
I always love how they put in so much work to preserve shrines in Japan. Like, even if, like, everything else changes, they always keep the shrine. Oh, there she is.
No luck. We couldn't find it. I wonder where it could be.
Natsuno-san.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey! What are you doing out so late? And why are you here of all places?
Natsuno-san.
So where
What
in,
was
in,
that
in
just now?
Natsuno's timeline is this?
This is pretty late.
Natsuno-san. Get it together, Keitaro. She certainly
No, I
is-
don't think so. This is when she's like
But I
looking for a
have more.
sentinel, right?
I don't know.
There was a big flash of light, just like when I came to this era in my Sentinel. Same flash of light and everything.
She looks really bummed, so like
Uh,
this might be after she learned
Come
everything.
to think of it, this happened at the shrine back when we first met, too. There was a similar flash, almost like lightning. I get it now. You have to come here to travel through time.
what do we do, BJ?
Please, tell me what's going on. I just want to go home.
Are you just going to leave your sentinels behind?
Oh yeah, that's how you got here. What are you going to do with it?
Hard.
Also, like BJ is Miura. Like they are effectively the same person. I think.
wait, what?
Yeah, BJ's like an artificial personality that's like got all of Miura's memories or something. Like it's. I'm not entirely sure where he came from, but they are both Miura.
Okay.
Um,
Sorry, we are Mirror
I'll
right
figure out
now.
how to deal
yeah, we're
with
Miura,
Sentinel
and
later.
BJ is also Miura.
Okay.
It's Chihiro, my little sister. If there's any chance she made it out of that hell alive,
Which just confirms the ship.
then I have to find out.
Okay, that makes sense. BJ, think you can make it happen?
So what do you say? Yeah, he wants to know about his little sister Chihiro, which, yeah, she did make it out. She got taken out by Renyo Goto.
Taken out.
Taken out of that sector and brought into 1985.
Fine.
Uh,
Activate gate. Setting coordinates to Sector 5.
Yeah.
Initiating shift.
the Sector 5 is robot fight area, or is that 4?
Sector 5 is the
Yeah.
1945.
So it was with Natsuno Minami all this time.
Are we back? Is it really that easy to travel through time?
So, one question I've been wondering is, are they actually teleporting? Or are they just destroying, like, the original and creating a copy every time they do that? Interesting to think about.
I don't. There's a reason I will never play Soma. I don't like that thought process at all.
It's a bit
Pretty
creepy.
cool, huh?
If we have the power to travel
It's a
freely
bit
through time,
anxiety-inducing.
Yeah.
can I just send the Sentinel back to before the war starts?
Nope, that's impossible. We can't just jump around as far as we want.
Because time travel isn't
We can only
real.
travel 40 years at a time. Besides, this is as far back in the past as we can go.
I see. That's unfortunate. For now, let's find Chihiro.
All right, let's go.
There we go.
She's most likely at an evacuation shelter. If not, then I might find her at the Karabe's house.
This place should already have been raised to the ground. Yeah.
What's going on? The place is deserted. The factory and station are both empty. Radios are down. No one's answering. Where is everyone?
You see that?
It's that creature.
Okay, so that thing is an alien weapon. And
Okay.
It's here to invade Earth.
So it's not too late in the
The
timeline.
Sentinels were created to fight
Yeah.
them off. This is just like what happened in the city from the future.
This is the blank period that we
After the
had for
aliens
months
invaded.
now.
Everyone was gone. Wait. If people are disappearing in the past, what's happening to everyone in my era?
Time travel isn't real.
Despite a catastrophic loss, it seems to have entered a prosperous, almost too...
But I will also argue that Haruhi's time travel, it was stated that changing the past in one time plane wouldn't affect time planes further up.
Hmm.
I don't care, I need it, but what in the circuit...
But
I
again,
can't-
maybe that's a lie because
I've never seen her
Mikuru,
stroke its
adult
beast
Mikuru
to know
Asahina
its
is lying.
Chihiro took it. The kaiju aren't their alien invader, and the Sentinels are the tools...
Or rather,
It's a really pretty scene.
that's,
I like the
it's-
fucking
it's-
like dust and everything.
yeah.
That's...
And I just realized it was actually younger Mikuru that said the thing. So Mikuru was just lied to herself about what the time travel was.
I can't comment. I haven't read that far. Hey, it's her again.
Vital signs are failing.
So this is like the biological Tamal Karabe.
Condition is too critical.
Tamao-san, where's Chihiro?
John.
Yeah. She got taken by Rinya Goto.
Goto-san, what are you doing?
Let me go!
Please calm down, Miss Morimura.
Chihiro-chan, where do you plan on taking her?
I apologize for what I've done to you, but you have no reason to worry.
Wait.
He's always so like emotionless.
Oh, and who's
Yeah.
giving you medicine?
I'm sorry, he's the last unlockable character?
Yeah.
Ooh,
She...
vanishing instead of...
She vanished.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's...
That's new. What?
So, I am officially on the side of it's all a computer
Oh
simulation.
no. I don't think it is, but that's weird.
That what just happened doesn't happen if she was a flesh and blood person.
Yeah, that's very strange. Oh my god.
It's a simulation. That's confirming. That confirms it.
Universal control has shifted her.
Oh, okay. Okay, I guess that's...
That could be just bullshitting.
Probably. It's likely that everyone is being held there.
Oh, so she was sent to Section
until
0.
this world comes to an end.
Everyone's being held there until this world comes to an end. Hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting phrasing.
Super interesting. Wow.
Chihiro. Renya Goto. He He's the one who took Chihiro from me. He might be the same guy that Tamao-san gets her pills from.
And Chihiro is actually who? Just double checking.
Iori and the nurse.
Okay.
That scout unit is an alien from the future. At least that's what the footage he showed us. If it's real, all I know.
It annoys me when you have all these and like it just wants you to check all of them even if you already have.
He can apparently, and BJ said he's. Get it together. She's. Back in 1945, but here in 1985. 40 years later, there's no historical evidence or impact from that event. It reminds me of a concept I read about in a science book, the idea of two similar parallel worlds. According to the history, it has indeed been 40 years, but this era doesn't seem to be based on the era I'm from. The two aren't connected. Perhaps this isn't really time travel after all.
Smart boy.
Renya Goto. He's the one who took Chihiro from me. If he's in 1985, then Chihiro will be with him. Even if I do bring the Sentinel back home, how can I bring myself to fight? The ones I swore to protect are gone. Our mother's terrible at sewing, but she made this for Chihiro. The kaiju up there and...
Wait, what?
Could he be at the school? I don't care what it takes, and I'm going to get Chihiro back.
Let's go.
Let's save the girl. Finally, an understandable plot point.
Renya Goto is Natsuno-san's senpai. He also attends the school in 1985, and according to BJ, he's from even further into the future.
Wait a second.
Okay.
No one... Okay, so... Can Fluffy and robot possession
Juro Izumi.
in Juro, yes, are they capable of affecting the physical world? Because how did Kat erase someone's memory without her input? It's all simulation. It's all simulation, I'm calling it.
I just feel like that'd be the worst possible plot twist. Like,
I mean...
it would throw everything out the window. Yeah,
maybe they just really like Danganronpa too.
That would really suck if that was the twist. So I'm approaching from the perspective that's not.
I'm saying that I don't think
there are lots of
entire...
there are lots of interesting answers for these questions that don't revolve around it was all a dream, lol. But yeah, how did Fluffy erase Juro's memories? Because they're the same person, I think. I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah.
Like maybe at some point the robot Juro copies himself into the other girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like it's kind of like a co-consciousness situation. Yeah.
So when she saw that it was her, Kat, and Juro there, it was actually her, Shiba, and Juro there.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, weird.
I wonder if Fluffy and Shiba can talk.
Yeah. Good question.
Natsuno-san. Perfect timing. I was just about to go looking for you.
Same here. I've been worried about you, Miura-kun.
Thanks, but I'm fine. In fact, I came here to find Renya Goat, but I have no idea
Renya Goat.
Like or how he dresses.
He's
Could you point
the
him out
goat.
to me?
That might be a little tough. Goto-senpai hasn't been back on campus. I asked around, and no teacher knows where he lives.
Well, that's a problem.
Indeed. Hello.
Oh, Natsuno-chan!
Also, we're still like not sure about Miyoko, if she's an NPC or not.
You have a picture of Goto-senpai,
Very
right?
interesting.
He isn't one of the 13 Sentinels?
No, she isn't.
Okay.
Not so loud.
There was one point where like she goes through time with them, like she gets wrapped up in a little adventure, and when they return to Sector 4 in the gate, Miyoko's just not there with them, and they're just like, "Where'd you go?" And like one of them, I forget who it was, they said, Universal Control disallowed her access to this sector. And I'm just like, what? It's like, she's been eliminated, but then she comes back the next day. So I don't know. It's fucking weird.
If I had to make like more broad stroke calls about this not being all a simulation, it would be that the 13 Sentinels are maybe the last of humanity.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And they are, yeah, but everything else is a simulation.
Well, I don't like the word simulation because like
Everything else is the Matrix.
well, I don't like that. I think it's all physical. I think it's all there has to be physical explanations for everything that's going on. It's not all just like
instead of the hand wavy one.
yeah, the hand wavy, right? Because this
It is, I mean, it is hand wavy. But to be fair, I like the story has been so well written up to this point.
yeah.
I feel like it's earned a little hand wavy at the end.
No, that's not how it works. That hand waves the entire story and invalidates all of the good writing. No. I give this story more credit than that. I think there is like plausible explanations for everything.
I'm just saying, if there's gonna be a misstep anywhere, that's where it's gonna be.
It better not be. That'd be such a fucking downer.
Well, it's not like none of it will have happened. Like, I'm not saying it's all fake. Like, everyone in here could just be other people plugged into the Matrix that will retain the memories of what happened there. And they're just, like, going through these lives because they are currently in a life or death situation in real life, and that needs to get solved, and part of solving that is defeating the robot.
Either way, your explanation is just kind of ignoring all the hints in the story, and I know you can do that because you haven't read the whole story. But like, we've got all this evidence of like the Project Ark and the construction of these sectors and the self-replicating robots that can do anything and the nanomachines and the memory transfer. All this technology has all been established. So just saying it's all the Matrix just throws all that out the window, and I don't like that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, this is it. Miura-kun.
What are we doing?
I've got a picture of Goto-senpai.
That's convenient.
Pardon my interruption.
He's the tall guy in the back.
This here is Renya Goto?
Yep, that's him. Thanks, Miwako.
I'm helping. But there's gonna be a twist with Miyako. Like she's gonna like be important. Like
Just a normal.
She's gonna pull out a gun and knife somebody.
Casual.
like maybe she's no. All right, here's my current headcanon. Maybe Miyako is like the part of the system that's just like I just want everyone to be happy. Because like that's all she's ever been in the story. Just like the emotional support.
That could be.
Yeah. She wants the system to keep going because she wants people to be happy. Something like that.
Yeah.
And all of her scenes are just like, let's go eat food.
The man I saw at the park was Renya Goto, the bastard who kidnapped Chihiro.
Let's go. Get the girl. Who is probably no longer your sister because her memories have been hacked. Whoops. There she is.
Chihiro? It really is you, isn't it? Please say something. Chihiro.
The toy, the rabbit.
Duck rabbit. Yep.
I found this. It survived the air raid. I meant to give it back to you earlier. This is your favorite stuffed animal, isn't it?
Big brother.
Don't lose it again. All right?
I won't.
She still remembers him.
It really is you. I'm so relieved you're safe.
Oh.
I suppose it's true. It's not like my memories were displaced. My blissful dependency as your little sister. It's become part of my identity.
Okay, the personalities are like mixed.
Denial can cause enormous strain to one's psyche.
Chihiro? Are you okay?
No.
Better than okay. I've regained my original memories. I am Chihiro Morimura.
Morimura?
You're the one who insisted on keeping that a secret, yet you gave it away in the end.
It's you.
Sometimes a bold change in plans is necessary. You'd know that better than anyone, wouldn't you, Goto-kun?
I didn't expect to see you here.
Renya Goto, what the hell did you do to Chihiro?
I don't appreciate the hostility, but what you see here is Chihiro in her original state. She was never your little sister to begin with.
Shut up! I'm not listening to a word you say. I won't forgive you. And I will avenge Tamao-san.
I believe you misunderstand the situation.
Chihiro, listen to your big brother and come with me. We're going.
Where exactly? Back to 1945 where no one's left? Don't you see? It doesn't matter where we run. If we have
To be
anyone
fair,
else
it is really disturbing if like a 5-year-old started talking like this. And it's
Yeah.
like, it doesn't matter where we run. It doesn't matter if we go back in time. Everyone will die. It's like, okay.
we need to prioritize gaining
Preventing the loop, we need to prioritize getting control over all systems.
control of... You've always been the dependable type. You used to be an excellent design engineer.
What are you talking about?
I'll always be on your side, Chihiro. That's what you told me, remember? So please, cooperate. Is everything prepared, Goto-kun?
Already.
Good. Then I shouldn't waste any more time. Let's hurry.
Chihiro!
Don't even bother.
Get out of my way. Chihiro is coming with me.
She's being targeted for assassination. And I highly doubt you have the capacity to protect her.
What? Who would...
Hey, Sekigahara.
Hey, Sekigahara.
Yeah.
Should you decide to cooperate, let me know.
What's about a Sekigahara?
He's mentioned that his mission was to assassinate Chihiro Morimura. I just didn't know which Chihiro is the question. Maybe both of them? Maybe all three of them?
All of them too.
Is that how he got here?
There he is.
Tamao-san. The military police are gone for now.
How are things looking?
They're searching for Kiriko-san.
I can't believe she's a spy.
They seem to think she's associated with him. He must have dragged her into this. I just don't understand. Why protect a wanted man? That woman... Her name isn't Kiriko Doji, and she doesn't come from this world. You're a lunatic. I don't get it. What could she want with the Sentinel? You know about the Sentinel? You really are a spy. If she were to try and escape, she'd likely use the gate. If we leave now, we might be able to catch up to her.
You know, I'm actually surprised how comfortable it is playing this game on PlayStation Remote Play. Like, I was expecting it to be a lot worse, but this is...
Well, it doesn't have any like cute quick time events, right? Everything is turn-based
Yeah.
or defense attacks, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Sekigahara-san, please. I have to know the truth. I was told that my parents aren't really my parents, and that I was brought here from the future.
Is that what Kiriko Doji told you?
I don't know why she'd lie, but I think that explains the dreams I keep having.
Let's go again. What dreams?
She's tampered with your memories. He's out of his mind. Don't listen to a word he says, Tamao-san. We should just turn him in.
Keitaro-san, please. I don't want it to come to that.
Keitaro? As in Keitaro Miura? How the hell do you know my name? I see. So it's you. What are you on about now? You and I have been fighting alongside each other. I've never seen you before in my life.
He's been fighting with BJ, yeah.
The Miura of this era hasn't. The Miura of the future has. The future? Yes. He no longer has his physical body. His consciousness is currently stored inside a scout unit.
Then Keitaro-san is...
One and the same. I've had enough of this nonsense.
Nothing makes
Come
sense.
with me. I'm taking you in. Don't move.
Sekigahara-san!
You bastard. Like you said, I'm out of my mind. Poison is coursing through my brain as we speak.
Oh shit. Is that all of them? Yeah, shit. I think I need to finally do the battles now. We've finally reached that point.
Lame. Lame.
So maybe this is a good...
I want more story time.
So maybe this is a good place to end the stream.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Unless you want to like play on easy mode, but I feel like you don't.
Nah, I want to play on hard. I actually like the battles a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, yeah, I don't know if we'll do more streams. You seem to be enjoying getting back into this at the very least.
I mean, I never stopped enjoying it.
I know. I got the impression you were getting a bit fed up with it last time we played.
It's the combat that I was getting fed up with.
Yeah, maybe. Alright.
But that's because I can't watch it on your Discord stream because it artifacts to hell. So it's just like, listen to sounds to a mosaic or like not be in call with you. And it's like, neither of those are fun options.
Yeah. That's fine.
But if you're willing to like grind combat missions off stream
Yeah.
and then come back without doing any story, I'll come back absolutely because I love the story.
Alright, well maybe we should stream some more of this. This is like relatively comfortable for me. So yeah, alright. Fair enough. Well, that's a stream, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this this good ramble and discussion. It was a lot of fun. And we'll probably be back more to continue the story at another time. So look forward to that. Oh yeah, I should switch over to this mode. Oh my gosh. No, that looks weird. Oh god, get it away.
What looks weird?
You've got like two avatars here. There we go. That's no, go away. That's like
You're not streaming your OBS at me.
yeah, I know.
So,
like, gah.
Just open your stream.
Where's the YouTuber friend? There we go.
I see.
Very cool. Very weird how that works. But there we go. I fixed it. Let's make it a bit bigger.
Broken.
There we go. I really like how the fucking sigil looks on the screen too.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
Are you thinking about your VTuber lore incorporating magic and stuff?
Oh yeah. That's basically the idea. But yeah, thanks for joining everybody. Let's I don't know if there's anyone to raid or if it's even worth raiding. I don't know if we even have any viewers right now, but let's have a quick look.
I do not see anybody to raid.
Yeah, neither really. I guess I'll leave it at that. Alright, well, thanks for joining everybody, and we will be back another time for more of this, so stay tuned. Catch you later.